Hello and welcome to Mike's Garage. If you've already subscribed to our channel, thank you very much. If you haven't, please do. And when you do, be sure and tap on the little notification bell. We'll be notified, or you'll be notified every time we put up a new video. Well, the heat's getting to me. I'm not doing all that well. Anyway, I know everybody's waiting to see work on the flathead, and I haven't been able to do any because it's been just too hot in the garage, and I've just not been doing it. And I'm trying to get caught up on it, so we'll be doing some of that soon. In the meantime, my buddy John says, Mike, my clutch is worn out in my bike. Would you change it for me? Well, yeah. John's done about a million things for me, so I'm going to do his clutch. And I said, well, if I'm going to do a clutch, let's do a video on that. And so we are. Now, I didn't video taking the primary cover off. And I want to mention before I even say that, the first thing is disconnect the battery. So I did that. We took the seat off, disconnected the battery before pulling the primary or any of that. The reason being, this thing is always energized, this starter drive. And if for some reason anything makes contact in there, this thing can just shear your fingers right off. So don't, if you're going to get in there, disconnect the battery so there's no electricity going to any of the components. Well, all we're going to do is replace the the clutch pack. So I took the cover, I disconnected the battery and got the shifter and the floorboard off, so we had access to the primary cover. And got the cover, drained it, got the cover off, and I bought a brand new clutch for this thing, and it's soaking right now. Now, what Harley recommends is that you soak the fiber plates for at least 5 minutes before installing them. This is a wet clutch, and they know what they're talking about. So we're going to take this apart here, and we're going to put a new clutch setup in here, starting right now. Oh, you know what? I really would like to take the clutch adjuster loose before I go any further. It's loose, but the whole thing was held in place while I loosened it. Okay. I'm going to just loosen these bolts up. Oh, and I got the service manual out so I can torque this thing according to factory spec. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this off with a speed handle. I got a 10 millimeter socket. And it'll come apart real quick, like about this quick. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a good summer. I know it's been real hot here in Southern California. And I think it's been unusually hot just about every place. So, if I had a brain in my head, instead of doing this today, I'd go swimming. Oh, wait a minute, I don't have any place to swim. Okay. This is a year 2000 Road King twin cam. Belongs to my buddy John. It has 97,000 miles on it. And John said, you know, bike's running fine, but when it gets nice and warm and I wind it up a little bit, the clutch slips. So, would you replace it for me? Yes, I would. All right. Let's see. So there's all 6 of those. 2, 4, 6. Yeah. Let me get a towel here for my hands. And I have a tendency when I take clutches apart to stack them just as I'm stacking this one. There's the retainer, there's the spring, and the clutch we bought came with a brand new spring, which we will be replacing that. Now, taking this apart, you got to remember, and I read the instructions, this replacement clutch is better than the original, and they made a couple of changes to it. Now look at that, I took that whole thing off at once. Now let's just set it down here and have a look and see what we got. Oh yeah. It's been pretty warm, but I don't see anything really bad about it. And this clutch, it's an extra plate clutch we're putting in. There is a, let's see, there should be a stock plate in there, and there is not. In other words, someone has replaced this clutch before. But we don't care, we're putting in a new one anyway. We got to get all those parts out of there. And there's another part here. This little spring snap ring thing. That's supposed to come out too. Now it does have a name. I can't remember its name. Probably Bill or George, anything but Sue. Wait a minute. Okay, we got one more plate in there that I can see. I wonder if I can get that. I have an idea. I'll shine a flashlight in there and be able to hook that thing right out of there. There we go. All right. Boy, that didn't want to come out at all. But it's out. And we got one more spring in here. I'm calling it a spring. And if I go get the instructions, I'll get the proper name for it. There we go. That was in the bottom, and that other piece was right out here. Now I'm going to get the instructions on the new clutch And we're going to see what they have to say about that. Okay. This kit consists of 10 friction, 9 steel plates, and a 10% stronger than stock diaphragm clutch spring. Okay. Plates should be pre-soaked in the same fluid you will be using in the bike for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now, the instructions are that you don't ever use synthetic lubricants in this clutch. They want you to use, what did I say? Mineral oil, thank you. And the one I'm using is one from Drag Specialties. It is intended for this, and that's what we're using. Now you start with the friction plate and end with the friction plate and putting the new ones in. The OEM clutch will have one odd friction plate that will have a larger inside diameter to accommodate a judder spring and seat that will fit inside that one odd plate. Well, we just pulled all that out. And yes, it had it. Let's see, where is the odd plate? The odd plate is this one. See the width of it. And there's those two springs. And we're just going to pull that out and set it aside so we don't mix it up with the new parts. We have all the new parts ready to go in. And everything just looks lovely. Bearing is good. Sounds good. Everything is just absolutely fine. So let's put that new clutch in there. Let's see, do we have anything here? Nope, nothing there. Is he going to put the new spring in, or is he going to forget it? I didn't forget it. I'll put it on when I'm ready. And I think what we'll do right now is put a new clutch in here. Now we know that all of these fibers, I guess I'm a relic, I'm still calling them fibers, but we will put them in one at a time. So here we go. There's one. And if you remember, oops, we looked at this and said, you move all those pieces and yada, 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 and you put the new setup in. And you must use everything in this new replacement kit. The kit has a pre-measured stack height, so everything must be used. Do not mix the old and the new plates together. And that's what we're going to do, or not going to do, but we just put a new fiber in there, and then we'll put a steel in there. Right. So we got two of these. And we're not forcing anything, we're putting them in there straight. And so we will finish with a fiber. I'm going to call them fibers, I don't care who says nothing. Okay. We wanted to soak those, make sure they went all the way around. We should be done with this here any minute. We're just alternating one fiber, one steel, one after another here. And we'll finish with a fiber. It's about the easiest clutch I think I've ever done. Not like doing the old ones. I hate to say it, but I'm running out of parts here. I must be, oh yeah, I used them all. That's it. Alright. Now with that all on there, I'll turn my flashlight off. Okay, let's see. I kind of ran out of room here. But we can take this piece and look at that. Isn't that nice? Now we have, which I didn't bring over here, is a new spring. And it is right here. And they claim this spring is slightly stronger, something like 10%. Let me see what it says. Wait a minute. 10% stronger than stock diaphragm spring. So that means that when my buddy John is out hot rodding around with this thing, it's going to still work for him. But there's the brand new spring. Here is the retainer. And it goes on there, I believe it goes on here like this. And that feels better all the time. Okay, so we'll put screws back in. Interestingly enough, this retainer is marked out. I think I saw it drawn on here. Yep. Right there it says out. And there it is. I think this is going to be real nice with a new clutch. Gee, it looks like it did before I took it apart. Except now everything in it's new. Everything felt good, everything acted right. So we're going to have to torque these down according to the factory spec. Right now they're just finger tight. And I'll lift that thing up momentarily. I've watched guys put stuff like this together with air tools and it just cracks me up. I don't get it. But everything feels nice, all the threads feel nice. Everything feels good here. Now let's see what the specification is. The torque specification out of the Harley-Davidson service manual. Clutch inspection cover, clutch diaphragm spring retainer to clutch hub bolts, 90 to 110 inch-pounds. So let me get my little inch-pound torque wrench. It said 90 to 100, is that what it said? It said 90 to 110. Well, that sounds like 100 to me. Right in the middle of the spec would be just dandy. So now John over there is telling me he didn't just knock that pan over, but I think he whipped it over. So there. So we're going to get this thing up to 100 inch-pounds. Maybe we'll start at about 50, and then we'll double it. Yeah, that says 50 or 60. There it is. Okay, and I have my little 10-pound or 10-millimeter socket, which is on the end of the speed handle. There we go. All right. Okay. Oh, I just want to take the slack out of them here first. I can just feel a little resistance on them. I want to tighten them evenly. That way you don't bend or warp anything that you wish you hadn't. And here we go. There. Yeah, let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. How long can we do? 3, 4, 5, 6. I really didn't think they were this long, and I just put them in here. I just filled them bottoms. They're bottoming, so they're all nice and even. All right. Okay, now we'll take this here torque wrench and we're going to move it up to about 100 inch-pounds, and that'll do it. If I can see it. There it is. Okay. That was 100 inch-pounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's it. So we've got that all done now except for adjusting it. And I think, let's see what kind of a tool I need here. I feel pretty good about that. There we go. You know what I'm going to do? We're all done here. What I'm going to do, which I'd rather not keep this video going too long, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lube this cable up real good before I close up the patient here. But you will notice this thing is all done. I've got to still do the adjustment screw, which means I want to lube this cable, just like I've shown so many times on the videos we've done in the past. But this clutch is all assembled properly. Everything is done except going over this cable, which I want to go over the lever and the cable and just lube it up real good so that's easy on John's hand. He's getting kind of old, you know, kind of the way it is. At any rate, so we'll get to that, or I'll do that after we get done with this video. I'm almost done with this video. What do I need to show? I need to show our shirts. I know I need to show our shirts. So, oh, that's great. Anyway, in order to buy a shirt, it's not difficult. All you do is go to our website, which is pacificmike.com, and in the upper right-hand corner it says T-shirt shop. Click on that and you can order T-shirts online and get them shipped direct to you. The other thing I want to mention, it's coming up and I'm going to have more information every time we do a video, is we have the Hippie Killer Hoedown, which we go to every year, and it's always a wonderful show. This year it's really going to be something. I think Cuddy's booked like 5 bands for it, and there's people coming from all over the place, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you can at all, that's in Winchester, California on October 25th, and I'll be bringing it up again, and I'll get a picture of the event card, so all the information will be on it. But it's in Winchester, California, October 25th, the Hippie Killer Hoedown. We always go to that. And there's going to be 5 different bands playing, so it's going to be fun. Good party. Lots of bikes, lots of cars, lots of fun stuff. So we'll do a video or 2 before then, but until that next video, I'll see you out on the road.